there seems to be more to fear about life than ever before. It seems as though between rising political upheaval, political violence, things happening around the world, what's happening with the climate, etc. There's just so much that's constantly thrown in our faces that pretty much the de facto state of a lot of people these days is anxious and stressed and afraid and depressed and just very, very much feeling out of control with life and with everything that could possibly happen. This has really become our new present. But why is that? And is there anything that we can really do about it? And before I continue, I just wanted to invite you to enter our summer giveaway contest. We'll be giving away the Life Change Now book, okay, as well as the Decoding Your Fears deck by Danielle Malin. And this is going to be a little giveaway. And the only thing you have to do to enter is to enter at newworldhypnosis.com/giveaway. And in this little giveaway, we have, of course, my book, which is all about change. Okay, so it's all about, I guess you want to see this side. So it's all about change, and it's all about creating that change. And I know as a hypnotist that a lot of people struggle. Okay, a lot of us struggle with creating lasting change in our life. And this kind of breaks down on what really needs to happen in order to really make change stick. Okay, for example, why the sense of self-identity is everything. Everything when it comes down to changing who you are and changing what you do and how you operate. You know, it's about how to stop destructive habits, how to start new ones a lot easier and to make it last. And it's all about how to really find that ideal balance. You know, a lot of people are looking for a way to kind of find that balance between trying to try so hard and also just being able to easily find peace and calm. And this book discusses those things. And of course, the card deck as well, which is an awesome, fun little deck. And even for those of us that are not super spiritual, which I consider myself, I am super spiritual. I love all astrology and tarot and all that other stuff. But this deck is even for people who wouldn't consider themselves to be, say, that way at all. It's more of a very down-to-earth, almost like a psychological deck that's really designed around getting out of your own way. Okay, so you can simply shuffle and pull a card for the day, ask a question, don't ask a question, okay? But these cards are all about fear and really stopping yourself from getting in your own way, which is something I talk about a lot, right? So this is a great tool to really kind of change your habits, because we often get in our own habits, or rather we often get stuck because we get stuck in our own patterns over and over again, okay? So enter, all you have to do is fill out a very quick survey. I just would love to know more about you, what you're struggling with, what you're going through. So you can find that at newworldhypnosis.com/giveaway. And the deadline is on the screen. Okay, so returning back to today's little video. So the one thing that we always want to remember when it comes to feeling calm and remaining in control is that our thoughts so often create how we feel. That our thoughts create how we feel, which is the first thing. And number two is that we tend to think the same thoughts over and over and over again. Okay. Of all the thoughts in the world, we tend to stick to the same handful of thoughts over and over and over. And compounded thoughts tend to create emotional intensity. Okay. So thoughts contribute to the way that we feel, the thoughts that we have. We tend to think the same thoughts over and over and over again. And compounded thoughts, those thoughts over and over and over again tend to intensify our emotions. Okay, so how can we break this habit? How can we really feel better about things that are happening? Well, the first thing to remember is that it really is the state of the world to be the way it is. The world has never felt certain to anyone on this planet. You know, every person who's lived on this planet was probably concerned about the state of the world, no matter how wide or how small that world to them was. And there were always things that happened that really concerned them and scared them and terrified them, to the point that many times before, there have been absolute certainty that the world was ending. And I would actually dare to say many of those times were worse than what we're going through right now for multiple reasons. So first of all, I just want to really kind of challenge the perception. In this day and age, we have pretty much omnipotent knowledge that comes, like, it's almost godlike when you really think about it. It's coming from all angles, from all sources, from all over the planet about every single topic, and it's hitting all at once. And it just seems to be, of course, a business to get this in front of you as quickly as possible. And the negative side of it will always win. And there's so much going on right now because there are more people than have ever been before. And all of these things, all of the transition as well that we're going through, I feel like it simply is a different way. We're just simply experiencing a different way to experience the world. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's actually maddening. In many ways, I kind of equate it again to being like having knowledge, to like God's knowledge in a way. Being that just like God is constantly, how many people are talking to God in one given time, and how much can God see at one given time? It's kind of like what we are all subject to. And it's maddening, because we're humans. And it's very, very hard, regardless of if you believe in God or if you don't. It's just a metaphor that I like to put it through. But I do believe that the world is not any different than it has been. I feel like we're probably still dealing with the same things that we've always been dealing with, but the way we are dealing with it is unprecedented. And that's having an effect, often an undesirable effect. But I feel like it's really important to remember that the world is going to be the world no matter what, and there's really not a whole lot that you can do about it. But for absolute sure, speak up and voice your opinions and your truth to the world, and, do your best to convince others, because that's how, societal change happens, is through the collective. But honestly, once you've done that, there's really nothing else you can do. The world is meant to kind of be unpredictable and wild and uncertain, and it's going to do what it's going to do. And it's going to be that way. It's going to be scary. The world's going to be scary always, and it's scary as it should be. So I don't think the world is broken per se. I just feel like this is what it's always been like. And so once we view it that way, when the world gets scary and when the stress comes and the fear comes and you feel yourself kind of losing control, getting anxious about things, well, what can you do? Well, the first thing is to really think of your thoughts as your possessions, number one. Your thoughts about the world are creating your world. Really, your world is probably very, very small, actually, compared to the actual world. Your world, who you interact with, who you see, the places you go, are likely not just a fraction of the actual planet. And it's really important to remember that the thoughts that you think about your world actually create that. They create the world around you. And why is that? Because thoughts are really simply conclusions that we've drawn about things that happen. They're stories that we tell ourselves about, again, the world, about ourselves, about our place in it, our identity, everything that kind of creates a tapestry and creates a story. So when your thoughts are doing this, I want you to always remember, well, you're creating those thoughts, which are creating your exact response. So it's really important to think of your thoughts as possessions. If they belong to you, you can also do whatever you want with them. Okay, so they're not you. Your thoughts are not you. The world is not you. Your thoughts are what belongs to you. And they can be changed to change the way you feel, to change your perception of the world. So the second thing is to learn to control your thoughts. To learn to do that is so crucial. And one of the easiest ways is to spend a little short period of time. Like you can set a little timer for like 5 minutes. That's a long time, actually. Start with like 30 seconds or a minute, in which you're going to stop your thoughts. You're literally going to stop all thoughts in your head and do your best to go blank. You shouldn't feel anything. You shouldn't have any emotions about anything. You should actually be a very calming and numb feeling because you're not thinking anything. Okay, you're not thinking the anxious thoughts. You're thinking the fearful thoughts. Just turn it off. Set a little timer and imagine just someone just shutting that. You're like a light or a dial, just turning it off. Okay, and then you can increase that for longer and longer periods of time. Now, once you've done that, and say, even after you are able to do it for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you want to start a new thought going. So for example, if you're thinking about how the world is broken and you can't do anything and oh my God, I wish it was back, insert the ideal period of time here, you hear it all the time. Instead of doing that, which are all useless thoughts, by the way, because here and now is the only real time that exists, the only time you can make use of, then I want you now to think, what is a better thought that you can think? What is a stronger thought that you can think? Such as, I'm doing the best that I can, okay? That I can handle anything. I can handle anything that life throws at me. I will make a way. I'm safe right now. I'm good right now in this moment. Whatever thoughts you can think that are stronger, more optimistic, that give you hope, okay? Please replace it. You can start with neutrality, which means kind of taking away the scary and just reminding yourself that you're okay, or turning to a thought of safety and being okay, which is the truth. Okay, being safe and being okay. And then you can begin to turn up the dial to more optimistic as well. Okay, so this is just a short way to just kind of really challenge yourself and make sure you're staying calm, taking care of yourself. One way that is very, very effective as well is being able to bring yourself back down to a state of calm, of confidence, being in control, again, is of course with hypnosis. And if you are curious about how hypnosis can work for you, check out my website, which is newworldhypnosis.com. Okay, well, thank you so much. That's it for today. I want to thank you for watching this, and I hope that you're doing well. And I wish you all the peace and happiness that this world has to offer. Remember, it is available to you right now, even in this world with all of its flaws. It's available. Peace and happiness is available for you always. Okay. I want to thank you. I hope you're doing well. And remember always, in order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you so much, and I'll take care. Take care, and we'll see you next time.